Hello, hello. If you can hear me, go ahead and put a heart in the chat. I had some technical difficulties. I don't know what was wrong with the sound. Okay, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Sorry for the technical difficulties. This is my first live, my very first live, y'all. So y'all bear with me. Go ahead and drop in the chat where you're from, where you're watching from. I want to see where everybody's watching from. Hello, hello, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy New Year. We are still in the first week of the year, so happy first Thursday. And if you can, go ahead and drop in the chat where you are watching from. Louisiana. Hey, Louisiana. Welcome. Happy New Year. How's your new year going? Is it off to a great start? Mine is, because I'm on this live, even after technical difficulties, y'all, because I just wanted to run. Great, awesome, awesome. Hey, San Antonio, Texas. Welcome in. Happy New Year to you. Is your new year going well? Drop that in the chat for me. And if you guys can, go ahead and hit that like button. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, welcome, welcome again to my very first ever live on YouTube. I am so excited about this because this year is my year. I'm going to be attracting um, channel growth, right, from my YouTube, being a content creator. So I do have notes. So, y'all, I will be using notes. Okay. So, I don't know if you all know or if you've watched any of my previous videos, but I did do a video on this very subject, which is attraction boards versus vision boards. So I know everybody is familiar with what vision boards are, right? Drop that in the chat if you're tracking with that. You know what a vision board is. I do have a picture of one. So when you think of vision boards, I don't know if you guys can see this picture. When you think of vision boards, this is kind of what you think about. Got the light in the way. You got pictures, you have some words there, right? And that is absolutely what my vision boards used to look like. But I found that, they were just all these lovely pictures. I remember my first vision board that I created. I was a Mary Kay consultant. And so I had a picture of a pink Cadillac, of course. Um, a lady in a red jacket, because that was also part of the leadership team. I had some beautiful children on there for I was manifesting grandchildren. I had successful goals for my kids and a couple words, and that's it. It was just some pictures on there, right? But and it also had what else did I have? I had a picture of Susie Orman. I had a picture of Oprah. And yeah, none of those things came to pass. So I went back and I started, doing some work on manifestation and digging in deep. How many of you are familiar with this book? Asking It Is Given. Drop that in the chat if you're familiar um, with that book. Hey, Arkansas, welcome in. Welcome. And so when I got this book and I did a deep dive in it to learn how to manifest my desires, I realized that manifestation is just not about visualization, right? There's other steps that go along with it. And so we're going to talk about those other steps tonight as we design our attraction board, because we are not visualizing in 2026. We are attracting, friends, right? You're not? You're not having a good year, Arkansas? If that's what you're answering to, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that's going to get better though. Okay. So, um, where was I at? Okay. So, in terms of the attraction board, I'm going to hold up because I've already started for the sake of this live and to keep things going. I've already cut out a visualization. So, here's mine. Okay. This is mine. And so, as you can see, I'm visualizing things in terms of the pillar that I'm working on. Oh, you didn't know about the book. Okay. We're going to talk about that in just a second again. So, this is one of the pillars that I'll be working on. Drop in the chat what pillar you're going to be working on tonight or this year. So, the 6 pillars are, let's see, career, finances, fitness, relationships, spirituality, and mental health. I believe that those are the 6. So this year, I'm going to be focusing on 3. Last year, I had all 6, and most of those things came into fruition, but there was these 3 that I just couldn't seem to, get in motion. And the reason is because I think my word for the year last year wasn't in alignment with what I was desiring, right? So my word for the year last year was positivity. I wanted to be positive. I wanted to reinvent myself and become the best version of myself that I could. But that was more mental, right? So tell me what pillar you're going to be working on, or what pillars will you be working on? And I also want to know what your word of this year. What is your word for the year? Drop that in the chat. Okay. So we have someone's going to be working on their fitness. Okay. I'm working on fitness as well. So hopefully, we can exchange some ideas. Maybe I can help you out. You can help me out. Spirituality. Okay. That's a really good pillar. So someone said their word for the year is alignment. I like that. I like that. So my word for the year is consistency. I want to be consistent in the areas that I am working on, because that's where I was falling short. I wasn't being consistent. I would start, I go strong couple months and then I'd stop, but I wasn't consistent with the follow through. Let's see. Let's go to the chat. Someone's working on spirituality and relationship. Okay. And then someone's word is tranquility. Okay. Peace and tranquility. Word of the year is vigor. Okay. I like that. I like that. And so also with the attraction board. So like I said, we have our visualization, our visuals, right? We have our word for the year, right? That's going to ground it and bring everything together. And then next, we need to speak it into existence, right? So we need our affirmation. So without asking, you won't receive an answer. And without any desire, there's no action to be done. So therefore the universe is not going to deliver anything, right? So my affirmation for my pillar of career of being a successful content creator is I create content that inspires, entertains, and engages. So, this right here, if I was only working on career, this right here would just, this would be enough. This would be enough for my visualization. Of course, I probably want to put, other pictures on there and make it all pretty and creative and everything like this, but actually this would be enough for me. So another visual that I want to talk about, I have, I don't know if you can see that. It's the YouTube silver play button. And everybody knows that does YouTube knows that when you reach 100,000 subscribers, YouTube will send you this silver play button as like a reward, like a trophy that you can display. But I took it a step further. I didn't just go and get a picture of the play button. As you can see, it says it's presented to, and I put my name on it. And so what this is identity based attraction, right? So it's not just about putting a picture on there, it's actually seeing myself with it already done. Like I already have it, it's already happened, right? Speaking it into existence, it's already existing. So I'm going to go ahead at this time and take these on my board. And if you have your visuals cut out, go ahead and tape those on your board. And then we're going to move to the next step. And I wish I could have played some music, you guys, but I didn't want to get any copyright strikes. So, got that here. Okay. So, my next pillar, which is fitness. I think I saw in the chat somebody's doing fitness. And so for fitness, I only have one visual. And let me show it to you. So, you can see that. Another identity-based attraction. Now, while this is not me, this lady has the body that I aspire to have. She's 5'3", she weighs 135 pounds, she has 25.3% body fat, all the things that I desire for myself. And what I liked about this picture was, at the top it says, your reminder to follow gym girlies with your type of body. Because I know in the past, I would see other girls in the gym, ladies in the gym, and they killing it, rocking it, and our body types were nothing alike. And I'd be like, oh man, I wish I could get my arms like that or my legs like that. And we have totally different, genetic makeups as we all do, but they weren't even similar. So I would have never looked like that. So I made sure that I found a picture that could be as close as possible. But what I'm going to do, since this is not me, and the focus is just on the body, I'm going to take my words of affirmation, which is, I am becoming the fittest version of myself, one aligned choice at a time. And I drew some little hearts on there because I'm loving me. And so I'm going to just tape that on the picture. Right across her face. So all I see now is what's important. I see the measurements, the goals, the body type, and my words of affirmation. So drop a heart in the chat if this is resonating with you. Also, the person that is doing fitness, if you're still on here, drop in the chat what your affirmation would be for fitness. I'd love to know. Okay. So back to our attraction board. We have our visuals. Check. We have our affirmations. Check. Now, this next step is something that I kind of added on my own because I am a Christian and I believe that everything is God's will. And so I wanted to ensure that the things that I was manifesting into my life were also aligned with my purpose and the will of God. So I found a scripture um, that kind of ties everything in to what I'm trying to do, with my attraction board. And my scripture is Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And so I feel like that word consistency, along with the scripture, is faith based because it says we will reap a harvest if we do not give up, if we are consistent. Okay, I'm going to go to the chat. Affirmation for fitness. I work out because I love my body, not because I hate it. Oh, I like that. I love that. I love that. And then another one is I honor my body by moving it with intention and gratitude. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You have to be thankful, right? We have to, always express our gratitude. We might not like our thighs, but we are grateful that we have our thighs and that they can take us on walks, right? We might not love our arms, I don't like mine, they're kind of big, but I am thankful that I can use my arms because there are so many people in the world that just are not able. So I really do like that, moving my body and, with intention and gratitude and loving my body. Okay. So moving right along. So we have our visual, our affirmation, our spiritual grounding, our word for the year, and next we need to put it all into action, right? Because what sense is it to have a visual affirmation and there's no steps to get there? Because manifestation isn't magic, right, friends? Like we have to do in order to receive. So that brings me to SMART goals. Now, SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So, in the chat, if you could drop one SMART goal that is tied to the pillar that you're focusing on right now, how are you going to get there? Like, for instance, I can't just say I want my channel to grow. I want to be a YouTube creator, I want to be a brand influencer, and I just want my channel to grow. No, I have to take some steps in order for it to grow. Like, so what are my specific steps, my SMART goals in order to get there? And so I have also already wrote out my SMART goals for the sake of time. And so my SMART goal, I won't read all of it, but my SMART goal for content creation, Is one of them is I will upload one long form video every week and two shorts every week. For the next 12 months, I will review my analytics at the end of each month. So, specific, I will upload one long video and two shorts every week. Measurable is going to be for well, that's the time for the next 12 months. I'm going to review my analytics each month. And so, let's see, smart, what was it? I'm sorry. I didn't lost track. What was it? Smart. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Okay, so another thing that I started doing with my attraction board, I used to just write on the actual board itself. But in the past, what's happened is I've written it down and say life happens. And then I get discouraged. I get disappointed because I haven't met that goal. I didn't leave any room for grace for myself, right? And so what decided to do is write it on a sticky. So I write it on a sticky and I tape it on there. In the event that when I revisit this and I have to change something up, I just write it again and put it back on there. So I'm going to go ahead now and show you my board. You can see it. So, oops, my visualizations, SMART goals, my words of affirmation, my spiritual grounding with my scripture, my word for the year, my other pillar, which is my fitness visualization. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm moving. Okay. And then my SMART goals for my fitness. There we go. My SMART goals for my fitness. Okay, back to the chat. I do 30 minutes of exercise 3 days a week. Discipline. Yes, yes. That's a good one. You do 30-minute exercise. You're going to do it 3 days a week. It's realistic for yourself because you created it. And then if you can't do 3 days a week, if something happens, then you'll go in and you'll readjust. Or say like after a month, say you're doing your 30 minutes exercise 3 days a week and you want to vamp it up. Then you can go in and adjust. So it's all about checking back in with your body and your mind to make sure that you are still in alignment. So I will continue to dedicate 5 minutes of mindfulness daily meditation. I like that. Oh, yes, I like that. That's a really good SMART goal as well. SMART goal for spirituality. I will do a Bible study, currently a 12-week study. Each week, I will study one chapter, topic of the study. The study will be on Saturday morning for an hour and tracking it. Yes, yes, yes. Very, very specific, very measurable, realistic, attainable, and time bound. Absolutely. And so the last thing that I want to show you with my attraction board, because I got to get fancy. If y'all know me, y'all know. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I got a frame to put it in. And I hang it up in an area that I'm going to see it every day, multiple times a day. Where do y'all think I'm putting it? I see it every day, multiple times a day. Drop in the chat where you think I hang my vision board up. My attraction board up. And I'm going to put this in the frame while y'all do that. Bathroom mirror. Close. Close. Wall near the bathroom. Yeah. It's definitely in the bathroom. So in my bathroom, I have a water closet, and I go in there multiple times a day to use the bathroom, right? So I put it directly in front of me. When I sit down, I see it in the water closet. And this is it. So of course, you guys can do a larger board. Make sure you're hanging it up to where you can see it daily, multiple times a day. Because because yeah, you want to make sure that you're revisiting it, right? And I think that's why I think it's important not just to put pictures up there, because you'll go in there and you'll see a picture and in your mind you'll be thinking about something else. But when you go in and you look at your attraction board and you look at your visualization, right? Your visual. And then you're looking at your SMART goals. And you're like, for me, I'd be sitting there and I'm like looking at that picture. Man, I'm not looking like that, looking at my SMART goals. I'm not even doing any of that. I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. And so then it holds me accountable. Then I look back at my word. Am I being consistent? It's all about accountability. My board is in my daily planner. Yes, as long as you go look in your daily plan, you look in your daily planner every single day. I was going to say near your toilet. Yeah, absolutely. Right there, right in front of the queen's throne. Well, I want to say thank you to everyone that attended my very first live, even with the technical difficulties. Thank you guys for showing up. I so appreciate you. And, just be, on the lookout for coming in the future. I'm going to be doing other lives. And as always, make sure you're taking care of yourself, make sure you're loving yourself, and absolutely practice gratitude. This live will be on the YouTube under my channel. So if you want to share it with someone else and tell them about what the attraction board is, feel free to do so. And until next time, let's see. Awesome job. When is part two? I don't know. I'm hot right now. Like I was so nervous, but perhaps we will have a part two. This was refreshing. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you all for attending. Until next time, I'll call you back.